Hey, yeah, what's up? This is Disciple Marcello Currents, reign back up in this anti-Illuminati, anti-America all day, every day. Yeah, this video basically is going to be about the world record that America has for the age of consent. The world record that America has for the age of consent. Now I know I've been telling you about all the laws, 44 states for child marriage, the age of consent under 18 in 40 states. July 1st, 2019, they passed laws that allow adults to marry children at any age. I know those three different laws. Those are three different laws. I know I've been telling you about that. This is not that. Okay? This is the fourth installment, if you will. This is the world record. I found out this. The world record for the lowest age of consent worldwide. No one else has this record. They have America, the United States of America, not North America, not Canada in America. The United States of America on its own, not Mexico, not Puerto Rico, if you will, not any of the islands that they own, if you will. Basically, the mainland of America. I know it's hard, it's shocking, it's hard to believe, but these are the facts. These are the facts. Bring them up, bring them up, bring them up. Okay? These the facts, and we bringing them up. So, the clown games are over, buddy. You tried. But people are stopping in their tracks, angry at you, mad at you. Because you went out here like John Wayne, like you got some like you got me as a super villain or something. And it's you that's the one that got the world record, buddy. How you gonna overcome that? How you gonna convince anybody about anything anymore? At all. Totally. Totally, dude. How you gonna convince anyone, dude? You got the worst case of road rash it ever will be. Okay? You got the age of consent under 18 in 40 states, which is most of the country, only leaving 10 left. Most of the country has the age of consent under 18. For people that don't know what that means, because it's so many different laws and things flipped around with consent and this, that, and the third. What that means is when consent means giving allowance or allowing someone, right? Basically, in essence. So the age that someone can allow someone to say yes, I can say yes, they can say yes to sex is under 18 in 40 states, which means kids can say yes to sex in 40 states here in America. That's a seven. They can say yes to sex. I need to start saying it like that because I think the consent term throws a lot of people off. They don't really know what that means totally with the rest of the whole law. So I'm going to start saying, breaking it down like the funk, like the mature adult funk. I'm going to start breaking it down and saying it like this. The age of being able to say yes for sex is under 18 in 40 states, which means children can say yes to sex in 40 states in America. That's what it is. See, we win this war by information. Alex Jones, he say InfoWars. I'm the real InfoWar, buddy. I got the information in this stuff. I ain't got to pick up no guns. I ain't got to burn down the White House. This is a means to an end right here, buddy. Well, ain't no American citizens agreeing with kids being able to say yes to sex in 40 states. The age of consent is under 18 in 40 states, which means kids can say yes. I don't care how old the kid is, how young the kid is. It's a kid. It's a child. That's all that matters. We're not splitting hairs. Well, it's an old child. I don't care if it's an old child or a young child. It's the fact that a child can say yes to sex. That's a 7. We gonna end you with information, America. Ain't nothing you can do about it. The FBI ain't gonna be against me. The government, look, even portions of the government is not gonna be against me. The police ain't gonna be against me. I already done talked to the police about you having the age for consent under 18 in 40 states. Yeah, I called a real precinct right here in America. I've emailed real precincts this information in case you think I'm playing, in case you thought I was a terrorist. Yeah, I know you're painting all these cartoon pictures. Why am I calling the police telling them about it? Yeah, it's not working in your favor, buddy. All them pictures you painting, all them little funny little pictures you painting, buddy, you the one gonna be wearing them. You've been the terrorist, you're terrorizing through gang stalking, and you've been the pedophile with 44 states with child marriage. What else? What other picture you want to paint so you can become that picture? The racist, you can't be serious. Black people are racist just more than ever, and white people remain racist. Okay, so you ain't got no game to talk. You ain't got nothing to talk about, buddy. You just waiting for when God's gonna finish up, clean house. That's what you waiting for. So I've been talking to real police here in New York City over the phone, a real conversation, and they sat there and listened. It was a certain department I could call, and I called that department and let them know that this country has the age of consent under 18 in 40 states. Just in case you thought I'm playing. Just in case you think I'm sitting here talking to myself. Now what you gonna do? And you might want to be careful if you're out there, because I'm pretty sure some of them are on my side and they'll blow your head off. You ain't nothing. You a dirty hot dog in the dirt. You a dirty hot dog in the dirt. Okay? That's what you are. Okay? I'm talking to the big dogs. I talk to Hell's Angels. Yeah, I'm letting you know who I'm talking to. I talked to Hell's Angels about it. I've talked to the Outlaws. I've talked to real biker gangs about the age of consent, the age that children can say yes to sex in America. I've talked to real biker gangs about it. Just in case you think, oh, he doesn't have an audience. I made up for that, buddy. I've talked to police. I've emailed Hell's Angels. I've emailed the Outlaws. I've emailed other bike gangs too. Yeah, just in case you thought I was up here with a little like the little engine that can, like I'm the little engine that got no audience. Imagine that. And consider I'm a part of the kingdom of God. Yeah, so God is listening to everything I say. He's considering it too. And you don't think he's considering what I'm saying and considering what he's going to do to you? Then you don't know his relationship with his servants. Yeah. And guess who else I talked to? The African Socialist Party. I called them, and guess what? This is no disrespect. They didn't even know.
Power off.
That's a 7, man. The African Socialist Party that came up in the news about 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, something like that. I called them. That's the last people I called about this. I informed them. 44 states has child marriage. The age of consent is under 18 in 40 states. July 1st, 2019, the American government passed laws that allows adults to marry children at any age. I let the African Socialist Party know this. They're called the African Socialist Party. The FBI raided them not too long ago in suspicions that they had some type of suspicious or illegal ties with Russia. But what I believe is people are starting to realize that we need to go with the enemy. If America opposes us, then guess what? We're gonna go be with your enemy. We're gonna fall in love with your enemy. We're gonna get in bed with your enemy. How about that? We're gonna make love to your enemy. Hey, it's a cold game. Yeah. You think you're gonna run around with your big head playing games with us and we gonna just sit here and let you do it? You tripping. I go join your enemy. How about that part? Yeah. That's what happens, buddy. You don't play with no man like me. I go join your enemy. You tripping. Thought I was gonna sit here and let you bully me and play a little game? While you're doing that, I joined your enemy years ago. Just in case you think it was prompted by the Ukrainian war, I joined your enemy years ago. And what you gonna do about it? You ain't got no physical operations. You don't got no tangible operations. Then what you gonna do? That part. And the FBI is probably on my side. These police are on my side. The military is on my side. If they're not taking vaccinations in your country, if they're rebelling against the government for vaccinations, you don't think they will rebel against the government for having 44 states with child marriage? This is all working in my favor. The country is already rebelling through the vaccinations, through not taking the vaccinations. You don't think that same no vaccination crowd is going to be on my side about 44 states with child marriage and the age of consent under 18 in 40 states, and July 1st, 2019, to pass a law that allows adults to marry children at any age? You don't think they're going to be on my side about all that? You tripping. The no vaccination people are going to be on my side. And they consist of, just in case you think it's rinky-dink, bushwhack people that walk around barefooted all day, guess who it is? It's police, it's military, it's firemen, it's all type of people. The country is already rebelling against what the government wants them to do through not getting vaccinated. Now, I'm not telling you not to get vaccinated. I'm telling you the rebellion has already started through non-vaccination. I know you missed that part, didn't you? I know. You don't pay attention to nothing. And you expect to know everything. You think everybody thinks like you. You think everybody's going to do what you do. Not this time, buddy. They're going to follow me. You know why? Because I'm telling the truth, but the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And I'm telling the truth about something very serious and severe. You got the world record for the lowest age of consent in the whole world. Now, some people may say, what does that mean? That means they have the world record for a child to be able to say yes to sex. There's no, they have the lowest age for a child to be able to say yes to sex. So that means they have the lowest age. They have the record for passing a law that allows that has the lowest age that a child can say yes to an adult for sex. They have the world record in America. Now that was shocking to me. I didn't make this information up. This is not a glitch in the matrix. This is not a glitch in the matrix, buddy. This is not false information. Go Google the state of Delaware in 1880. The age of consent in the state of Delaware in 1880. The age of consent in the state of Delaware in the year 1880, and you will see that it was 7 years old. In fact, you could go look and say, what is Google the lowest age of consent in American history? The lowest age of consent in American history. The lowest age of consent. The lowest age of consent in American history. And you will see instantly the state of Delaware in 1880 allowed children to say yes at 7 years old for sex. A 7-year-old kid could say yes for sex. And you sitting up here talking about a pedophile. You should be mad. They sitting up here acting like they something they not. Like they got the right to say nothing. You ain't got the right to say nothing to me. You had a law that allowed 7-year-old girls to say yes to sex. 7. And you passed it through the government. Not some bushwhack weirdos doing it on their own. The sophisticated government of America did it. That's what I need you to understand. These politicians that you look at, they be smiling at you and you be smiling at them. The same likes of those type of people. Not the bushwhack weirdos that you trying to witch hunt out here in America. No, the politicians. The ones that you go get a mask to wear. The one that have a mask for Halloween, that you wear the mask of them on Halloween. I don't celebrate Halloween, but you wear the politician mask on Halloween. Yeah, them same faces, the Reagan faces. Because all these let me help you with something. Let me tell you something about your whole American history. You've never had the age of consent, far as I know. You've never had the age of consent at 18 in all 50 states. You've never had that. You've never had the age of consent at 18 in all 50 states. So this country ain't never been right by children. That's a 7. While you got all these little commercials throwing your children around, running around, it's all fake when you got 44 states with child marriage. It's all fake when the age of consent is under 18 in 40 states. Those are 2 laws, by the way. It's not one big sentence. If you're listening to me, you're not differentiating these laws as I'm saying it. I gotta tell you. Okay? Pay attention. Open your ears. Okay? Open your head. Okay? This is not just one big sentence. The age of consent is under 18 in 40 states. That's one law. 44 states has child marriage. That's another law. July 1st, 2019, the American government passed a law that allows adults to marry children at any age. That's the 3rd law. That's 3 laws right there. And the 4th one is the world record. You have 4 laws that just destroys the credibility of America concerning children and morality and integrity. The world record was in the state of Delaware in 1880. The age of consent for children, the age of consent was at 7 years old. Children could say yes for sex at 7. 7. I don't care what time. Now this is what you need to listen to. I don't care what time in history it was, a 7-year-old child shouldn't be having no sex with no adult. I'm not saying they should be doing it at all, but children will experiment among themselves. It's nothing we can do about it. We can do the best that we can, but is it totally impossible for children to be interacting sexually with each other? No, they can do it at school, they can do it anywhere, they can do it at church. I'm being real with you. They can do it at school, they can do it anywhere. But an adult should not be having sex with a 7-year-old child. And so here's the punchline. How many 7-year-old girls you think America was having sex with when they passed that law? One? They just passed the law and nobody bit the bait. They just passed the law and nobody bit the bait. So they just passed this law that says, yeah, you can have sex with 7-year-old girls. The government, which means the police can't lock you up, right? So you think they just passed that law and everybody just sat there? You're naive. This is me vouching for all the souls of those 7-year-old girls that were sexed and penetrated by fully grown men. What was the problem? They looked at their penis and thought it wasn't big enough for a woman? You tell me. See, I'm showing you America is not what you thought it was. It never was. This is the truth. Not my suspicions, not conspiracies. You see the difference between me and everybody else? Everybody else is talking about opinions and assumptions and what I feel like some emotional seminar. Like some emotional seminar. This is not an emotional seminar. What I feel about America. I'm giving you facts. So please differentiate me from these conspiracy theorists. These conspiracy theorists, they come up with all these different assumptions and putting things together as a puzzle. I ain't doing none of that. I'm showing you facts. Something you can't dispute, ain't nothing you can say. There's nothing you can say about it. What you gonna say about it? It's no justification. There is no justification. A 7-year-old child, I don't care if it was 1450. You know what a 7-year-old child looks like at all? And to a fully grown man? Can you imagine a fully grown man wanting to have sex with a 7-year-old girl and the government saying, yeah, this is acceptable, let's do this? You can't act like, well, this is a blotch to our community. No, buddy, I'm sorry. It's a death stroke. It's a death blow to everything that you said you was. You have the world record. Right? I can't make this up. Not Russia. Yeah, you talking about, well, Russia is doing it. Russia doesn't have the world record, buddy. Russia does not have the world record, okay, for the age for children to say yes to sex. The lowest age that children can say yes to sex, Russia does not have the world record. America has the world record for children being able to say yes. The lowest age, they have the world record for children being able to say yes. They have the world record for the lowest age for children to be able to say yes to sex. Right here in America, baby, the homeland. The states. The states. Across the pond, they don't have that record, buddy. Boom. You got it right here in the homeland. All America. All American. All you all American people. You have the world record for the lowest age of consent worldwide. And we shouldn't get rid of you. And look, like I told people before, they said, well, that happened a long time ago. Well, if you've seen a house that was and you found out the history, and the house was having sex with 7-year-old girls, people were having sex in the house with 7-year-old girls, what would you want done with that house? Would you want them to paint it? You would want it burned down. So why you don't want the system burned down to have sex with 7-year-old girls? You're gonna look at the house and say, well, that happened more than 10 years ago. Let's let it go. You would be appalled living in a house, right, where 7-year-old girls were sexed down by men. Would you want to live in it? I wouldn't. I would not want to live in that. No way. So why do you want this system to continue to go on? Why do you live under this system that was having sex by law with 7-year-old girls? Yeah, you didn't think another one like me would come, did you? We're back. The Malcolm X's and the MLKs, we're back. We're back. You got the age of consent world record. Yeah, and this time you ain't gonna be able to kill me. I'm gonna make it this time. We gonna make it this time, baby. Yeah, I ain't playing no games. You ain't got nothing to say. And now you look like a complete fool and moron. You all up my butt watching what I'm doing. I don't know why. You got the age of consent at 18, under 18 in 40 states. You got 44 states with child marriage. You got the world record. That tops it off. I don't know why you're here. For the world of me, I can't figure out why you're here and why you're not suicidal. You should be. You should be. Your country is marrying children in 44 states. Your country has the world record having sex with 7-year-old girls. Your country presently has the age of consent under 18 in 40 states. And they just passed a law July 1st, 2019, that allows adults to marry children at any age. Any age. Any age. Which means that's down to the single digits. You know, at least it's down to the single digits. It's the term in the law says no minimum age, meaning no certain age. No minimum age. You can at least assume that it's down to single digits, which is down to 9 years old. You can at least assume that. And I don't know if they looked at the girls these days and said, well, they look old enough. You know how everybody's talking about they got hormones in the food. And maybe these pedophiles are looking at these girls and saying, well, let's make a no minimum age law because these girls are looking like women. You tell me what their thought of the process was. You tell me what their process was, their thought process was, why you running around like John Wayne looking for pedophiles. Won't you figure out the thought process of your government? Why you running around here like you a vigilante, superhero? Well, you haven't been a vigilante against this government, have you? You haven't been Batman against 44 states marrying children, now have you? You know who's been Batman? Me. Yeah, you haven't been the police against 44 states marrying children. You haven't been the military against 44 states marrying children, now have you? With all your expertise and military skills, you haven't been serving in the military concerning 44 states with child marriage. Well, you can't be one-track minded. Just because you're the military don't mean you can't speak out. That's a 7. Just because you're just the military don't mean you can't say nothing. It doesn't mean you can't do nothing. Just because you're the FBI don't mean you can't say nothing and do nothing. Just because you're the CIA doesn't mean you can't say nothing about 44 states with child marriage. How didn't you know it? You want me to tell you why you ain't know? I'm going to tell you why. And you're going to love me for this. You know why you didn't know? Because you didn't study books. By the time the internet came along, the damage was already done. Your community and government was sitting around uneducated because they didn't read books. This is the main reason why your community don't know, because they did not study books. If you had studied books, you would have known. That's a 7. Because the internet just came along. So if the internet just came along, but this has been happening all along, then tell me what's really been going on. You have not studied books of information, and you still don't do it. Some of y'all ain't been into the library in 10 years. 10 years plus. You ain't stepped foot in a library. I have. I can at least say under 10 years, I went and studied something from the library. Have you? How many times you been in the library in the past 10 years? I can't tell you how many times I've been. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. It's more than I can count. And this is the reason why